Imagine a horror sequel so thrilling that even the legendary Stephen King declares it surpasses the original. Now that's a plot twist to get your heart racing. As we dive into the eerie world of upcoming fright fests, let's unpack why Black Phone 2 has horror enthusiasts buzzing with anticipation, and why King's glowing endorsement might just be the scariest endorsement of the year. This year has been a roller coaster for horror fans, with films like Sinners, Final Destination Bloodlines, and Weapons sparking endless debates around the office water cooler and late-night chats. Yet amidst all the chills and thrills, one of the genre's most eagerly awaited releases is still looming on the horizon: Black Phone 2. Serving as a follow-up to the blockbuster The Black Phone, which premiered at film festivals in 2021 and hit theaters in 2022, this sequel reunites Ethan Hawke in his chilling role as the child-abducting villain known as the Grabber. And if one of horror's greatest icons is any indication, moviegoers are set for an unforgettable shock. But here's where it gets controversial. Stephen King, the prolific writer behind timeless scares like Salem's Lot and It, has weighed in on director Scott Derrickson's Black Phone 2, and his take echoes the film's promotional vibes reminiscent of Derrickson's own Sinister. King, often hailed as the master of modern horror for his ability to weave psychological terror into everyday settings, posted his thoughts on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. In just 2 punchy sentences, he captured the essence of the sequel. It's not as good as the first one. It's better. Now, for beginners wondering about King's credentials, he's not just any author. He's a titan whose stories have inspired countless films and terrified generations. His praise carries weight, especially since the original Black Phone draws from a short story by Joe Hill, who is King's son. Could this familial connection sway his opinion? It's a fair question, and one that adds a layer of intrigue to his review. Yet, King isn't alone in his enthusiasm. Raphael Modemeyer, reviewing the film for Full Film at Fantastic Fest, called Black Phone 2 a fantastic sequel that's bigger and enhances the original's impact, building on its themes of survival and supernatural dread. And this is the part most people miss. I attended the premiere screening at Fantastic Fest myself, and the energy in the room was electric, laughter mixed with gasps, proving the sequel's ability to captivate. While Rotten Tomatoes hasn't yet compiled enough reviews for an official score, the early critiques flooding the site are overwhelmingly favorable, hinting at a potential hit. Diving into the story, Black Phone 2 follows Finn, played by Mason Thames, now 17 and grappling with the trauma of his past abduction and near-death encounter with the Grabber. His younger sister Gwen, Madeline McGraw, aged 15, starts experiencing dream calls from the mysterious Black Phone, along with visions of 3 boys in peril at a winter camp called Alpine Lake. Driven to uncover the truth, Gwen persuades Finn to investigate, leading them back into a confrontation with the Grabber, who has become even more formidable in the afterlife. For those new to horror, this setup blends psychological horror with supernatural elements, making it accessible yet spine-tingling. Think of it as a modern take on classic ghost stories, where the past refuses to stay buried. Director Scott Derrickson, who also co-wrote the script with frequent partner C. Robert Cargill, who also produced it, reflected on the project in an interview with Film last year. He pondered, "I had to ask myself the question, is the Black Phone 2 a movie that I'm willing to make if it's the last movie I ever get to make?" After deep contemplation, the compelling narrative he crafted ignited his passion, solidifying it as his next big venture. This decision seems spot on, especially for Blumhouse Productions, which has faced challenges lately. Films like M3gan 2.0 and Wolfman underperformed both critically and at the box office, leaving the studio hungry for a triumph. If positive buzz translates to ticket sales, Black Phone 2 could be the blockbuster Jason Blum's team desperately needs, proving that even in a tough year, horror can still deliver scares and success. Black Phone 2. hits theaters on October 17th, 2025, promising to keep the genre's flame alive. But let's stir the pot a bit. Can a sequel truly outshine its predecessor? Or is King's bias clouding his judgment? What do you think? Does family loyalty play too big a role in reviews? Or should we trust the master's word? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you're team original or sequel supremacy.